Welcome to your fantasy forecast with your host, the Salty Dog, Buttle, and Naomi.
Sorry about last week. We had some technical difficulties, so for all your viewers, last week's episode couldn't go on air, but we're here now, and this is your week of fantasy forecast.
And our week 4 recap, week 5 predictions actually got over 100 views, hit the triple digits. Thank you to everyone who watched that video. It was also on TV, so we're hit the big time.
So this week, it was a decent week, and the Falcons are no longer undefeated. They are now 5-1. So we can start with week 6 recap. For quarterbacks, Matt Stafford coming in clutch with 33 points, Phillip Rivers with 28, Andrew Luck with 27, and Ryan Fitzpatrick with 25.
In the running back category, we have Devontae Freeman with 27, Chris Ivory with 25, James Starks with 23, and LeGarrette Blount with 22.
With wide receivers, we have DeAndre Hopkins, who in my opinion might be the best receiver in the NFL right now.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Wow. Okay. I disagree.
Martavis Bryant coming back off the suspension. He was on my bench, but I still won. Megatron coming back with a solid 22 points. He's been doing pretty bad all year, but he's back to his old self. And then Alshon Jeffrey coming off that injury. He got 20.
Yeah, he really saved my team. Yeah, so that was good to have him starting back once again. And now for your tight ends, we have Greg Olsen with 19, Ben Watson, who I've never heard of, with 18, Gary Barnidge once again up on the leaderboards with 15,
That's my boy.
and Jimmy Graham finally showing what he's made of with 14, but just enough.
And with defenses, we have the Dolphins, who got 25. Eagles defense got 20. Broncos defense, who I have, 18. And the Saints defense got 16.
I also have the Broncos defense, and I was very impressed with their performance.
Very impressed.
So now on to our Week 7 predictions. And for quarterback, I went with Cam Newton going against the Eagles. And, I mean, the Panthers are undefeated, and Cam Newton has just been playing amazing. So it'd be nice to see him.
That was a fantastic play towards the end for the win.
Yeah, great. But I had him on my bench, but whatever. Maybe I'll start him this week.
I got Tom Brady playing the New York Jets. I'm a big Tom Brady fan. Nobody can stop him yet this year.
And I chose Phillip Rivers, who actually I think has the most passing yards in the NFL this season. He's playing the Oakland Raiders with Justin Tuck going under surgery when they're very weak defense. And Phillip Rivers, I think Keenan Allen had like 12 receptions at half last week, but he got injured, so hopefully he can play. And I like Phillip Rivers. I mean, he's a good guy.
So now for running backs, I kind of took a risk and chose Marshawn Lynch. I mean, the Seahawks have been doing terrible, but they're going against the 49ers, and a lot of teams have seemed to got their click going against the 49ers, so hopefully this will be a breakout week for the Seahawks and Marshawn Lynch.
For my running back this week, I picked Mark Ingram, who's going against Indianapolis defense, who just let up 22 points to LeGarrette Blount. Mark Ingram should get a lot of carries, and Indianapolis can't seem to stop the run.
With my running back, I chose Frank Gore, who is on Indianapolis, and I guess they'll be playing each other. We'll see how they do. And then Frank Gore is playing a depleted Saints defense, so he's been doing solid lately. Even though Luck's back, I can still see him getting a lot of carries.
That is exactly why in the wide receiver category I picked T.Y. Hilton. I mean, the Saints should do bad, but hopefully the Colts will turn the engines on and get a good amount of points for our fantasy.
I picked Martavis Bryant this week. Yeah, I had a big week last week, and doesn't matter who's throwing to him. I think that he's back into the Pittsburgh offense, and should be able to catch quite a few passes against Kansas City.
Landry Jones came in once Vic got hurt last week, and he performed just like he did at Oklahoma. It led them to a game-winning drive. And with my wide receiver, I have John Brown. I mean, Carson Palmer is having a career year this year, and John Brown had like 200 yards last week, no touchdowns, but he's playing the Baltimore Ravens, whose secondary isn't very good. So hopefully he can hit the 200 mark again.
Mm-hmm. Now at tight ends, I picked Antonio Gates going up against Oakland, and Phillip Rivers, which you mentioned earlier, I think is in the league with the leader of passing yards. And with Antonio Gates back, he should be able to find the end zone quite a few times.
For my tight end, I picked Jimmy Graham, who finally had the week the Seahawks have been looking for last week, playing 49ers defense. Should have another big week.
With my tight end, the man, the myth, the legend, Gary Barnidge. He is my idol, and I will be purchasing a Gary Barnidge jersey very soon. Maybe shirt, we'll see. But that man is a savage. I mean, reckless catches. He got 2 touchdowns last week. I mean, what more can you expect from Gary Barnidge?
Yeah, I have him on my bench. Do you think I should start him this week?
I recommend it. That's why I predicted him.
All right. I don't know if I want to take the risk. But anyways, on to defenses. I picked the Patriots defense going against the New York Jets. I know that Chris Ivory did have a great game last week, but, I mean, Patriots are home, and they're undefeated, so they should definitely tear it up on the Jets' terrible offense.
You know, someone said that they would start Chris Ivory against the 85 Bears. And the 85 Bears have the greatest defense of all time. And Michael Fabiano, I'm pretty sure, he said he'd start Chris Ivory against them. So he likes Chris Ivory.
Stupidity everywhere.
I picked the Buffalo Bills defense this week, playing Jacksonville. In my opinion, Blake Bortles is not there yet, not at NFL caliber.
Mm-hmm.
The Bills defense has a very good pass rush and fairly good secondary that should be able to stop the Jags.
With my defense, I chose the Redskins. They've been performing very well lately, putting up decent numbers, and they're playing the Buccaneers with famous Jameis, Mr. Crableg, and he's very bad. He's not performing up to his first overall pick expectation, and he seems not to be throwing Mike Evans a lot. But Doug Martin did have a solid game last week, they had bye 2 weeks ago, but I think they're going to do good.
I think the Bucs should definitely try to incorporate Mike Evans more. With people were saying that Jameis should thrive more than Marcus Mariota because of the receivers he has, but he hasn't been taking advantage of all of them so far yet this year.
Yeah, I mean, Jameis has Mike Evans, Vincent Jackson, Safarian Jenkins, and then all Mariota has is like Kendall Wright, Delaney Walker, Dorial Green Beckham. I mean,
keep in mind that Jameis also has Doug Martin in the backfield.
Yeah, and he did put up those numbers a few weeks ago. Was it 33 points?
Something like he went off. I mean, but with the Titans, they have like Antonio Andrews, Bishop Sankey, and McCluster. So
a lot of no names.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Mariota, if he was on the Bucs, I mean, that'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, it would be definitely.
I wonder if the Bucs are regretting their first overall pick and wishing they had Mariota.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it for your fantasy forecast.
That seems about
I
right.
think that's it for your fantasy forecast.
Have a great day.